In other news tonight, for the last few weeks, I've been investigating major issues with the rollout of a new system that handles payroll for people who care for a loved one at home. The state hired a single company named PPL to run what's known as a CDPAP program, but the transition has not been a smooth one.
They don't return phone calls. They tell you, hang up, we'll return your call. They don't return calls. You email, they don't even acknowledge you emailed them.
We all knew they were a train wreck. Every state has fired them. So why did New York pick them?
Then I get a phone call from somebody from Rochester who tried to log into their PPL at home with their ID, and it's all of my information.
So you could see quite a mess for so many people there. So today, while the governor was in Rochester, I got a chance to ask her about all of these issues directly. Governor, I wanted to ask you a question, if I could, about the CDPAP transition to PPL. People who signed up for the new system still haven't been paid since April 1st, can't get through on the phones, can't get through on email. On Friday, we did a story about how the company has exposed at least some caregivers' personal information.
I think aware of one
Are
case,
you
yes.
aware of these issues, and what is the state doing to try and help here?
Other states like California, twice our size, has one financial intermediary. We had 600. And I will tell you, the Attorney General has brought to light countless cases of abuse where people are profiting off this money that's intended for these people that need care in their homes, the people I'm fighting for. So all transitions are complicated, but I'm really proud that over 200,000 patients have been successfully transitioned out of a population of 220,000. And it reminds me of the Affordable Care Act. I was in Congress at the time, and there was some challenges with the rollout. I remember the system went down, and there was a lot of issues. But we're cognizant of that, which is why we added extra time for people to transition to it.
Seems like PPL had some issues like this in other states during the rollout. Why did you choose them, and were you aware of those issues, and are you worried that history might be repeating itself?
No, I was not involved in the selection process. I want to be very clear on that. That's not something I thought was appropriate, so it was done independently, evaluating other applicants and their records in other states, and we feel very confident. Let me repeat, 200,000 people have already transitioned.
Yeah, but they haven't all been paid. I guess that's the problem, is many of them haven't gotten
The first paycheck was supposed
paychecks.
to go out a short time ago. Some people, there are some people, I will say this, there have been abuses of people who should not have been paid. And this is what we're getting at. And you have to ask, I'd like to see a report on how this program went from 2015. It was a $1.9 billion program. Our senior population and our infirm population has not grown. But guess what? 2025, it is now an $11 billion program. So as we talk about ferreting out waste, fraud, and abuse out of Washington, I've been doing that here because these are precious Medicaid dollars that we're at risk of losing more of them from the federal government.
Well, the governor said there have been a few, quote, hiccups with the rollout. It appears the health department is acknowledging it might be a bit more than that, as it has set up its own phone line and email address to help troubleshoot some of these problems. If you are signed up in the system and still haven't been paid or are having any other issues, go to our website, WHEC.com, and I will link you to the numbers and email addresses you need to